So recently I went and got an Oculus Rift S, and I just decided to. I've been using it or trying to use it for the last couple days. I've been doing different things. I haven't. I've been trying to upgrade my computer. I've been having some bad luck with some PSU problems, and the video card I was trying to put in and everything wasn't working right. So I reverted back to the old stuff. My 1060i, or I'm sorry, my 1660 Ti, and my the PSU that was with it. I was trying to put a 2070 Super in, and with a 750 watt PSU, but it's been having some power issues powering on after sitting overnight. I have to switch the main power at the back of the PSU on and off before the main button will turn on. So yeah, I've been having some technical difficulties the last week. I bought this Rift S a week ago, and I'm kind of torn on it. I'm kind of torn, and I'll tell you why. Because as you can see here, hopefully I hit the record button, otherwise I'm wasting my time. I mean, the immersion is outstanding. I'm looking around right now, and I can see things in the car that I didn't even know were in there when looking at a monitor. Can see my feet there and the pedals behind my feet, and the steering column going down to the firewall. I can see the shifter and the fire suppression tanks. I can see the cage inside and whatever that is in the middle of the roof of the car. Whatever this metal thing is, that looks like some type of hatch or something. I don't know. Anyways, it's pretty damn cool. I can see up the track as I'm driving. My car looks three-dimensional now. I can kind of see how far out my nose goes. I couldn't see that on my monitor. And I can actually look in the mirrors now instead of having to use their mirror. I need to adjust them a little bit. But yeah, it's cool. It's really neat. It's really immersive. I mean, I like it. The downside, this is a Rift S, and a lot of people say that this is the first and only VR headset I've ever used. They say that the screen door effect is diminished significantly. The screen door effect is the pixelation, I guess, the lines that go, top to bottom, side to side. And if it's diminished, man, I would hate to see what the original Rift look like, because you can still see it. It's very fine, but it gives the picture a little bit of a texture. And the other downside, but that kind of disappears after a little bit. The other downside is clarity. In the distance, things are a little bit blurry, a little bit out of focus. And something that would be pretty clear on the monitor is a little bit out of focus. And I wear glasses. I wear glasses in the headset, as you're supposed to. But for those of us that are supposed to wear glasses, but it feels like that I need glasses again. Like I'm not wearing the correct prescription in here. And I know it's the correct prescription, so it's not that. It's kind of a trade-off. Like, you get the immersion, you're inside the car. It's really neat to look around, see my pit crew sitting there waiting for me to do something. You can see this net here flapping in the wind when I'm driving. But you kind of trade off the crystal clear clarity that you get from a high-definition monitor. And I'm still, the jury for me is still out. I'm still not certain, if it's worth the trade-off or not. It is fun. Let's take a spin around the track, and I can talk about it some more. I hope my volume's set correctly so you can actually hear me. Whoop, missed the shift. That's one thing I really do like, is that I can see all my dials. I can see all my my gauges. I can see my tachometer. Hammer down. I mean, but just the clarity in the distance. It's kind of pixelated looking. It's not really pixelated. It's more just a little bit blurry, like out of focus. I know you're not seeing this on the screen because it's recording what's on my monitor, which is clear. I think 1080p. But in the headset, it's a little bit fuzzy. Yeah, I definitely need to adjust my mirrors. Other than that, man, it is cool. It's cool to look around in here, see the padding on either side of my head. Like I said, see my gauges. I'm paying attention to the road. See the switches and all the little details that just don't see when you're looking, you know, when you're using a monitor. Some people complain about the field of view as far as peripheral. And yeah, you're looking through a pair of goggles, so your peripheral view is kind of cut off. But you know what? It makes up for it because on a monitor, there is no peripheral view. Unless you have a super wide monitor or a 3-monitor setup, which I don't have. I just have a single 27-inch monitor. But I make up for the lack of peripheral by turning my head. Something I can't do, you know, I can do it in the monitor, but it's a single like this and then back and like this. It's for a brief instance. But this, I can move my eyes and see to the mirrors, or I can actually turn my head. It's really neat. It's really neat. I think they, you know, it's surprising the amount of detail that's in these cars too. I mean, was this detail? That's my question. I've only been using iRacing for a few months now. Was all this detail here before VR came out, or did they add all this detail inside the car because people were using VR headsets? I'm curious about that. Either way, I'm not really paying attention to my driving here. Overall, I really like it, and I'm going to keep the VR headset. My wife likes using it. She likes playing, you know, non-iRacing games on it. So do I. I only have 2 so far, but was Arizona Sunshine, some zombie game, which is fun. It's a first-person shooter. Then a Darth Vader game, and it's really neat how, just like in here, how, you know, it's like you're stepping inside of a video game. It's like you're living Tron. You know, when you're looking at a monitor, you're just looking at the video game and you're kind of playing along. When you're in the VR headset, you're in the middle of that world. And of course there's limitations. You know, you kind of want to run to, you know, certain things and move to certain things, but you can't because you only have a 6.5-foot area to mess with, if you have that much room. But anyways, I'm babbling. I like this. If, you know, I can't wait until, you know, I'm sold on the VR idea. I can't wait until they come up with a VR headset that's, you know, high definition. You know, like 2K or 4K or something like that. You know, just crystal clear. And, you know, once they do that, I don't think there's going to be folks wanting to ever come out of their VR headsets. You can go places you never even dreamed of. Do things you never even thought of. But I haven't raced yet in the VR headset, just you know, on the test track like I'm doing now, or you know, in practice sessions, but I haven't actually raced yet. I've been working on my computer too much. I've been doing other stuff. You know, it's been the holidays, Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to anybody out there, everybody out there that practices such things. I don't know why anyone wouldn't practice Thanksgiving, but so let me say that again. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. A couple days ago. Hope you all had some good food. I know I did twice. Went to my wife's family. They had a thing on Thursday, and then my own family had a thing on Saturday. So yeah, good food. Can't beat 2 Thanksgivings. Well, yeah, you can. I guess if you had 3 Thanksgivings. 4. I think you just get burnt out on Thanksgiving at that point. Anyways, I'm driving right now the B car, the Xfinity car. Tomorrow's the last day of season 4 for 2019, and I have a 3.54, I think, safety rating in the C class, and I will be promoted to B class to the B license unless I mess it up somehow. I don't think so. I haven't raced. I don't think I'm going to race tonight. I'm still trying to get used to the VR thing, and I still have to see if my computer, you know, working on my computer, getting it up to speed. So I'll probably do some the off week, the fun races in the off week, and get back to racing in season 1 of 2020. And I'll be doing some Xfinity racing as well as some IndyCar racing. And I might get to some dirt track racing as well. So yeah. Anyhow, that's about it. Let's see if I can do this without crashing here. Like I said, VR is immersive as hell. It is fun. It is cool to be in this world, to look around. I can look around things. Look at that. I'm looking around the safety thing. Oh, I can see the foam in the door. I think that's what that is. It's cool. Let's see if I can see behind me here. I can see the wheel well behind me, and oh man, there's a lot of detail in this car, and I can't even see half of it. It's cool. Let me see if I can see past that. Oh, there we go. Just magically put my head through the padding in the headrest. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side here. Oh, I'm gonna break my back, my neck. Yeah, that's cool. It is cool. I just wish it was a little bit clearer further out. I've tried all kinds of different things, adjusting the headset to my eyes. You know, there's a IPD thing that you can do. What is that floating? I wish I could reach out and touch it. What is that? Nope, can't touch it. Huh. Yeah, anyhow, so that's it. Thanks for coming along on my VR experience here. Hopefully I didn't make you sick. Let's see, I can't read those words. Back, does it say foot? Front brake? I can't read that. See, those are, I don't know if it's clear on the screen. That's start and ignition and whatever that one is. Gauge reset and kill switch. What is that red little thing there? Oh, maybe that's a fire suppression thing, huh? Maybe I pull it. Wish I could. Alright, anyhow, take it easy. Bye.